Thursday of the 5th week in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the first book of Kings. When Solomon was old, his wives had turned his heart to strange gods, and his heart was not entirely with the Lord, his God, as the heart of his father David had been, by adoring Astarte, the goddess of the Sidonians, and Milcom, the idol of the Ammonites. Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not follow him unreservedly as his father David had done. Solomon then built a high place to Chemosh, the idol of Moab, and to Molech, the idol of the Ammonites, on the hill opposite Jerusalem. He did the same for all his foreign wives, who burned incense and sacrificed to their gods. The Lord therefore became angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned away from the Lord, the God of Israel, who had appeared to him twice. For though the Lord had forbidden him this very act of following strange gods, Solomon had not obeyed him. So the Lord said to Solomon, "Since this is what you want, and you have not kept my covenant and my statutes which I enjoined on you, I will deprive you of the kingdom and give it to your servant. I will not do this during your lifetime, however, for the sake of your father David. It is your son whom I will deprive. Nor will I take away the whole kingdom. I will leave your son one tribe for the sake of my servant David, and of Jerusalem, which I have chosen." The word of the Lord.
The responsorial psalm. The response is, "Remember us, O Lord, as you favor your people." Blessed are they who observe what is right, who do always what is just. Remember us, O Lord, as you favor your people. Visit us with your saving help. Remember us, O Lord, as you favor your people. But they mingled with the nations and learned their works. They served their idols, which became a snare for them. Remember us, O Lord, as you favor your people. They sacrificed their sons and their daughters to demons, and the Lord grew angry with his people and abhorred his inheritance. Remember us, O Lord, as you favor your people.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus went to the district of Tyre. He entered a house and wanted no one to know about it, but he could not escape notice. Soon a woman whose daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him. She came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to drive the demon out of her daughter. He said to her, "Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs." She replied and said to him, "Lord, even the dogs under the table eat the children's scraps." Then he said to her, "For saying this, you may go. The demon has gone out of your daughter." When the woman went home, she found the child lying in bed and the demon gone. The Gospel of the Lord.
The first reading comes from 1 Kings 11, 4-13. Over these past days, we've been hearing the positive dimensions of the rule of Solomon. He was the wisest of kings. When the Lord offered him anything he wanted, he asked for wisdom so that he could rule his people well. He dedicated the temple. The Queen of Sheba traveled from far just to listen to his wisdom. Today we see the other side of the picture, that he married many foreign wives. And in Israel, foreign wives was always a phrase that was very negative. Foreign wives were those who tempted one away from the faith, who led one into the wrong path. And in fact, that's what his wives did. He ended up building temples for the gods of his pagan wives, so much so that he even built a high place to Chemosh, the idol of Moab, and Moloch, the idol of the Ammonites. They were worshipped by sacrificing children. Now, we don't know exactly whether Solomon did that or not, but there is the hint that he might have. Because of that, the Lord decreed that his kingdom would be cut asunder. In fact, after Solomon's death, his son only inherits the southern 2 tribes, which becomes Judah. The 10 northern tribes break away, they ask one of Solomon's servants to become their king. The Gospel is from Mark 7:24-30. Jesus is in Tyre, and Tyre is pagan territory. There, a Syrophoenician woman, which means that she's a pagan, comes up and asks that he drive a demon out of her daughter. What is Jesus' response? The children have to be fed first. In fact, in the Gospel of Matthew, we hear very specifically that Jesus came for the lost sheep of Israel. Nevertheless, when she comes back with a bit of a smart-aleck response, even the dogs get to eat the leftovers, Jesus grants her request. This is one of those examples where pagans, who you wouldn't expect to follow Jesus, have a greater faith than the Jewish people. Remember, over these days we've been hearing about how the Pharisees have misinterpreted the law. Now we'll see the faith of pagans, and Jesus will in fact marvel that they responded to his call so well. We have a little bit of a problem with the fact that Jesus talks about this woman as if she's a dog. Dogs were unclean animals. This is a terrible insult. Is he simply mouthing a platitude that was said in his days? Granted, a terrible platitude. Or was Jesus actually racially prejudiced? We would hope not that. But maybe he's simply trying to challenge this woman to express her faith. And may God bless us.